Hey, welcome back. It's Marcos and Marcos. Today we're actually going to talk about home inspection. So home inspection is just not consistent of just one item itself. What does home inspection consist of?
It consists both of your physical home inspection with a licensed home inspector that's licensed by the state of California that would come out and inspect your property thoroughly. He'll crawl into the attic, he'll crawl into the basement, underneath the house in the crawl space, places that you wouldn't go viewing the property for the first time. And I wouldn't go, you wouldn't crawl into the house. So this person is the licensed home inspector that'll come out and give a full-blown report of everything that he sees wrong with the house, and he'll highlight it in red. These are major ticket items, and he'll give his suggestions of what should be fixed in the future.
Yeah, so it's almost like you buying a used car or a home that's been lived in. You want to be able to kick the tires around to see what's underneath the hood or underneath the roof, I should say, because you're not buying a brand new home. Unless you're buying a brand new home, then you're not going to get a home inspector because no one's lived in it, nobody's driven the car or whatnot. So when you have a home that you're looking at already pre-built, someone's lived in it, you really want to get a licensed inspector. So I've had some buyers sometimes want to inspect the house themselves. Is that even recommended?
Unless you really know what you're doing, then by all means, if you really feel like that, but I wouldn't recommend it, and I know he wouldn't recommend it either. This person that's a licensed home inspector, they're licensed by the state of California to do a thorough job and thoroughly inspect the property.
Yeah, it's really to protect you as a buyer, so at least you know what's in the home, what issues that could arise out of the house, and in its current condition as well. So it's very important to actually get a licensed contractor, a home inspector, to do the home inspection for you. So when the home inspection, besides the physical portion of inspecting the home, what is the other portion of the inspection period that you should be doing as well?
It's all the disclosures from the seller. It's all the documents. So it's natural hazard disclosures, it's your transfer disclosure statements, and it's your seller property questionnaire statements that you receive from the seller. Now the seller needs to fill these out besides the natural hazard disclosure that's provided to you by a third party. Just talks about environmental disclosures, if you live on a fault line for earthquakes, if you live next to a landfill, how far away from the airport you are. So that's in your natural hazard, but in your transfer disclosure statement, that really states what comes with the property. Does it come with the pool? Does it come with the stove? Does it come with the patio? And then with your seller property questionnaire is really everything that is wrong with the property to the seller's best knowledge, or any type of repairs they did to fix the what was wrong with the property.
Yeah, so that's one thing you definitely want to read. And the thing is, you really want to read these documents, because the transfer disclosure document, like you stated, it's actually what's being transferred over to you, what the house actually has. But the seller questionnaire is definitely something you really want to read, because the seller's going to tell you what issues the property had before. Maybe there was mold, maybe they have a dog in the house, maybe there's dogs in the house still. They have to disclose certain things on the property itself. If there was a roof leak, and if it was repaired 2 years ago, they have to disclose certain things that actually happened to the property, so at least you're aware of it. One of the biggest things is also insurance. If there was a flood in the house and they claimed insurance, a claim on the property, it may be hard for you to get insurance if there's already been a claim on the property. So these are things you really want to read. So if there was a roof that actually was repaired, say 2 years ago, what do you think they should actually try to do, even if they said it was repaired? What should they actually do as a buyer?
As a buyer, and say if I was your agent and I was representing you in the buying process, I would reach out and I would say, hey, you know what, if there was a roof leak and they said that they fixed it, show proof. Where's the receipts? Let's get the receipts, so that way we can transfer that over to you as the next homeowner and protect you.
Yeah, because if there's some type of warranty that the roofer gave or provided, say it was a 5 year because it didn't work, it's only been 2 years, we want to get that transferred over to the new buyer to be able to protect you. So very critical things itself. So, well, there's a lot of things that could actually come out of this home inspection. Take it as a grain of salt, but also understand what's underneath the hood and accept what's there, and accept and don't accept what you don't want on the house. So if there is a roof leak, or if there's other major things with the house, those are hard stops. You could actually stop, say, you know what, this is the part I do not want this house because there's too many issues. But if there's small minor things, you go forward and accept what's actually with the house itself, because it is a house that someone's lived in, correct?
Right. So key point here is make sure that your agent's representing you and protecting you.
And read that home inspection.